Alright guys, how you all doing today? I'm Fiesta here, and today it's a day like AMD is launching their products. That's right. Their Ryzen 7000 Zen 4 Rafale, Zenoa, Phoenix, and then Navi 3. There's a bit of an announcement at the end, but we'll come in later. Then we have Zen 4C Bergamo. This is more of a server lineup of CPUs that they're bringing. So interesting, like the Zen 4C is their name they're going for, and their AMD RDNA adaptive SoC, that stuff. So yeah, basically they're going for some great action here with all these four products launching or announcing. So two products are launching, basically one. And if you look into it even more, we have the Build the Best, obviously from AMD, delivering leading experiences, and of course the OEM relationships. Well, that's just normal. And the main news here is the AMD Ryzen 7000 series, a new era, obviously, coming with Zen 4 5nm, AM5, the new platform, PCIe 5.0 support, and also, of course, DDR5. That is also coming with AMD Ryzen 7000 series of processors. And if you look into some performance here, AMD is claiming that Ryzen 7000 is having 13% IPC uplift compared to obviously a Ryzen 5000 series, and also 5.7 max frequency in gigahertz. So basically 800 megahertz more compared to 500 series. And yeah, that's a lot of frequencies if you ask me. Like obviously I'm not hitting 6, but that's close to 6. Hopefully in Zen 4 3D might get more than 6. I don't know, because that will be an announcement coming later on. And if you look into some gaming benchmarks here, for Ryzen 9 7950X compared to 5950X, we're getting like Dota 2 is getting 32%, Shadow of the Tomb Raider 35%, Borderlands 3 6%, and CSGO 13% in the general gaming performance that they've shown. And in the creator performance here, V-Ray is getting 48%. That's a lot. Blender Render 30, Cinnamon Jar 23 NT is getting 48%, similar to V-Ray, and of course POV Ray is getting 45%. And another benchmark, this is for the competition, obviously Core i9 12900K. And if you look into some performance here, Dota 2 23%, Shadow of the Tomb Raider 14%. In Borderlands 3, it's getting a tie, which is not good because third generation Raptor Lake is coming and they're gonna win that without a doubt. And there's another benchmark that I can't see because Lisa Sue is blocking that. Yeah. Anyway, creator performance, if you look into that, V-Ray render, it's getting 62% uplift. Blender render, 36%. Cinebench R23, of course, 41%. And POV Ray is 41%. So massive performance compared to a 12th generation Core i9. But it's still yet to see what will happen with the 13th generation. I'm excited. And if you look into another V-Ray render time-lapse test, AMD Ryzen 7950X is getting around 30,210 compared to the i9 12900K, which is getting 18,000, just only 18,646. So yeah, basically 62% performance increase. And yeah, 62% to 62% more performance, yeah, sure. But if you look into some efficiency here, they're getting this 62% more performance, just saving more energy of 47%. 47% of energy efficiency and still winning by 62%. That's some crazy thing going on with AMD here. Holy. And of course, the full lineup, we want to know that, obviously. And the Ryzen 9 7950X here, as you can see, it's a 16-core 32 threads. The base clock is 4.5, and the boost clock, obviously the max 5.7, at 170 watts TDP at 80 megabytes. The leaks are correct. 80 megabytes of infinity cache, which is absurd. Like, what is that? That is so much. If you look into 7900X, yep, same deal. But lower clocks, 5.6, and the base clock is boosted 4.7, 12 cores, 24 threads, and 170 watts TDP. Same for the Ryzen 7 7700X. We're getting 8 cores, 16 threads, 5.4 for boost, and base is 4.5. It's coming at 105 watts CDP, dipped lower down obviously, and 40 megabytes of infinite cache. And now we're getting Ryzen 5 7600X that is getting 6 core, 12 threads, 5.3, so over 5 gigahertz. We're entering the era of over 5 gigahertz at the boost clock. That we love to see that. The base clock is 4.7 obviously, and 38 megabytes, 105 watts CDP again. And here we have a comparison for Ryzen 5 7600X compared to the best-in-class i9 12900K from Intel here. And as you can see, it's winning by 11% in F1 2022. That's crazy. I mean, it's expected performance uplift, but oh damn. It's not even tying. It's literally faster than i9, which is crazy. 6 core versus 8 core. This is 8 core, right? 8 plus efficiency cores. Yeah, I get that. Yeah. And if you look into some more Ryzen 5 7600X information here, 5% faster on average here compared to 12900K. Again, Middle Earth Shadow War 2%, F1 we already seen that, 11%, minus 3% at GTA 5, TIE and Cyberpunk, and 17% in Rainbow Six Siege. So you can see that in competitive titles like Rainbow Six Siege, the performance is huge, 17%. So I want to see more of the competitive games benchmarks when it gets released, obviously, because in competitive titles, this CPU will rock. That's for sure. And we have some roadmaps here for Zen 4 from AMD. Zen 4 delivered as promised. As I can see that 5nm delivered as promised. I can see that, and strong CPU roadmap. So what is that roadmap? And if you look into some Zen 4 core architecture, that's in their roadmap, obviously. 13% core IPC uplift, we already mentioned. New front end design, which is we already seen those leaks. The new design for the cooling to be spread, and that's the newest design they're going for. And obviously, the main thing that we want to talk about is the AVX 512 AI acceleration encoder. This is the newest encoder AMD is bringing in with their Zen 4 architecture, and of course 5nm process technology from TSMC that they're using. So hats off to AMD here. And we have some more IPC uplift compared to Zen 3 here. And as you can see in the left side here, Fortnite is getting plus 3%, GTA 4, Adobe Lightroom is getting 5, Passmark 5% again, Cinebench R23 9%, Kraken is getting plus 10, Adobe Premiere 11%, Shadow of the Tomb Raider 12, POV Ray 12, and yeah, you can tell what's going on now. And the maximum one is W Prime coming at 39%. So the IPC increase, look at that. It's just going crazy. And again, it is clocked at 4 gigahertz fixed frequency to show you the IPC gain here. That's impressive. And if you look into those IPC uplifts, the plus 13% includes these Zen 4 IPC contributors. And as you can see, L2 cache, they've increased it. We already seen it. Crazy amount of L2 cache. Execution engine, right there. Branch prediction, that almost having a lot, like as you can see. Load store and front end. Obviously, front end, speaking of the main architecture. But if you look into the others, they are going crazy with that, like for that plus 13% IPC gain. And as we talk about the AVX 512 encoder, AI and HPC acceleration, 1.3 times the performance of Ryzen 7000 with coming with the AVX 512 in interferencing, obviously, and 2.5 times anti-interferencing with AVX 512 VNNI. So yeah, that's crazy performance with the newest encoder. We want to see those in action too, obviously. And we have always talked about the efficiency here. Like, yeah, that AMD is focusing on their efficiency a lot. And this is an example. If you look into the 65 watts TDP efficiency chart here, plus 74%, plus 74% efficient Are you kidding me? What is that? That is an absurd number. And 105 watts, even that is absurd. 37% efficiency. But still, if that number at 65 watts, I mean, I get it. In 65 watts, you can be more efficient, but 74%, nobody expected that. And even at 170 watts, we're getting plus 35% efficiency in performance and, of course, efficiency compared to 5950X and 7950X. They're just going crazy with efficiency this time around, which I approve of because what Nvidia is doing, oh boy, don't want to talk about it. So basically, yeah, their overall scheme is 47% more efficient versus the competition, of course, Intel, and 50% less area that they require because obviously their architecture are chiplet designed, right? Versus the competitor, obviously Intel. So yeah, I mean they're winning in everything. Holy, let's see if the performance will be the winner here. Hopefully, because these seems promising. And now we have a CPU roadmap for the future AMD processors. And as you can see, Zen 4, there's a check mark here because that's been released, obviously, or launched, not released yet, released in September. 5nm and 4nm. They're gonna be using the 4nm for Zen 4 3D V-Cache and Zen 4C. So yeah, we already seen the Zen 3D V-Cache, but now we'll be seeing Zen 4 3D V-Cache sometime later on. And Zen 4C, as AMD has mentioned already, that Zen 4C is gonna be coming at the early first quarter, of 2023. So we want to see what's gonna be happening then. And we all know it's not that exciting because it's a server base. But if you're into that, like obviously you should be excited. And up to 2024, we'll be seeing Zen 5, Zen 5 3D V-Cache, and Zen 5C. So the roadmap is very clear. They're gonna be looking for the Zen 4 3D and 4C, and then they're gonna be moving to Zen 5 and then carry on the same thing as you can see. So yeah, they are set to their goals. So curious what they're gonna do. I want to mention one more thing here is that the AMD socket AM5 X670 Extreme, X670, and B650 Extreme B650. These are the four motherboards they're going to be bringing in soon enough. And they're coming at September and October. Obviously September because AMD is going to be releasing their processors. But we'll be seeing B650 Extreme motherboards this time around, which is very interesting because this is the first time they're going for X670 Extreme, X670, and B650 Extreme, and B650. We've never seen B650 Extreme before, so I'm very much curious how they're gonna divide and price these motherboards based on their chiplets or chipsets. Sorry. So yeah, it's coming in October, the B650 motherboard. So yeah, 4 motherboards this time around, 4 chipsets. Of course, they mentioned the PCIe 5.0 ecosystem, and as you can see, all the companies right here are working on the PCIe 5.0 based products. It can be like the GPUs coming with it, maybe, or the storage device, probably yes. So yeah, they're gonna be utilizing PCIe 5.0 very well, and drives will be available starting November. So curious, very curious how much performance they're gonna provide with this PCIe 5.0. And AMD also mentioned that they're coming with DDR5 here this time around. And yeah, from 2012 to 2020, look at DDR4, 8 years of triumph. And now they're moving to DDR5 now, starting with 4800 in 2020. We've seen it, but it was too expensive. But AMD is wanting to bring DDR5, so hopefully the price will drop for the DDR5. If it does, hell yeah, we want that. Really, because DDR5 is way too expensive. And if AMD can provide that, provide the processor, the demand, if they can increase the demand, obviously the price will go down. So it's just a fact. So we're going to see that happening, hopefully. And with some overclocking news from AMD here, AMD Expo Technology, one-click DDR5 overclocking for RYZEN. This is the new software they're bringing in for the DDR5 one-click overclocking, which is 11% enhanced gaming performance at 1080p, fast low latency, clear public cert reports, provide full specs and OC settings, and fair, of course, license and loyalty free, like those stuff. So yeah, they're bringing in much easier, user friendly software for the overclocking. So that's a good thing. That's a good thing for any company and the consumers. Like heads up to an AMD here. And now we have the pricing. Like I'm surprised that the pricing is haven't changed. Like literally. Maybe they've increased to 79.50, or did they? I could be wrong, but it's 699 obviously USDs. 7900X coming at 549, 7700X coming at 399, and 7600X coming at 299. Available September 27, as I mentioned before. So yeah, look at the 7600X. Didn't change in price. $300 right there. And probably Ryzen 7 and Ryzen 9. By the way, if I have to mention one more thing, 7700X. Have you noticed? It's not 7800X anymore. It's 7700X. Usually it was 7800. So I'm thinking they're gonna bring in the 7800X with a bit premium price, with more performance. Maybe that's I'm guessing, because otherwise, why wouldn't it be listed here, right? So that's a thing that to keep in mind. And lastly, we have the background. I mean, not the background. The AMD Ryzen, not Ryzen, RDNA 3. Yes, AMD RDNA 3 is coming this time. And if you look into that, the whole picture, well, look at that. They're going for not the whole rate scheme anymore. As you can see, it's completely uh, well, gray, silverish, gunmetal, maybe gunmetal. I'm not probably not, but silverish. But they do have some kind of AMD touch here, the red touch, which makes sense. I mean, I like that. I really like that. And if you look into the gaming, they didn't show the performance. Obviously, this is a what's the game again? I am not sure what that game is, but they have showcased this game, the world's first public demo. AMD Ryzen 7950X with obviously next generation RDNA 3 and 7950X. So this is running at ultra settings. I'm not sure if it's RT or no, but honestly, it looks good. Not the best because I can't see the whole thing, but hopefully it's good. So yeah, I am not sure if things are gonna be this good. Hopefully it is. And well, this is it. Literally, this is it. All the launches. The first desktop processor, 5 nm. Well, first this processor for gaming. Hell yeah. AM5 with DDR5, PCIe 5.0. AM5, yeah, and support through 2025. That's another thing that I forgot to mention. 2025 plus. I mean, makes sense. From 2016 to 2022, they have triumphed AM4. I can't blame them for triumphing 2025, and I support them. Why would I blame them? I support that, obviously. So yeah, what do you think? Do you think AM5 will gonna be crazy? Do you think Ryzen 7000 is gonna be crazy, or are you excited for the Ryzen, or not Ryzen? Sorry, I always mess it up. RDNA 3. Are you? Let me know.